Can you hear me and see me fine? Hello, Eva. I am so glad to see you coming back day after day. It's so nice to have you here. And thank you for the confirmation. Hello, Lily. Hello. And thank you for the confirmation that you can hear me. Welcome. Yeah, I am so glad that you could tune in, Lily. And I'm hoping that you would resonate with, whatever we are going to do today. Hi, Ridhi. Welcome. Ah, so many new first timers here. I am so glad to have, the opportunity to be with so many new people. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about myself before we begin this live. So my name is Anisha Maheshwari, and I have been on Inside Timer for 2 years now. And I have like 7 courses, few on mindfulness, few on dealing with negative thoughts, and I have over 30 tracks on Insight Timer. So if you like today's live, then I would love for you to check out my work. So, and apart from that, if you would like to work further with me, then I also offer like private coaching sessions and group coaching sessions. So I basically help people who have, low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and I help them become their best self by gaining clarity as to, who do they want to become, you know, what kind of a person they want to become, what truly matters to them. And once we gain that clarity, I help them, create smart goals to reach to that in long term, as well as to, incorporate that in their current life so that they have that lasting fulfillment and not just when they reach their goal. And yeah, so we make a plan and everything. And when they face any obstacle, like, those negative thoughts, those overwhelming emotions, or limiting beliefs, or indulging in unhelpful behaviors, so here I guide them to, befriend themselves, befriend those part of themselves that they don't like by cultivating skills like mindfulness, acceptance, and compassion. And yeah, I help them learn the skills to deal with these things, to process them rather than trying to control them or, suppress them. So, yeah, if that's something that you're interested in and you would like to work together, you can check out the link tree in my profile in the About section of my profile. So, that's a little bit about me and what I do about this live. So, what we are going to do in this. So, the live is Wheel of Wisdom. And in this, we first meditate to, do a short meditation to settle ourselves, to open ourselves to receive the wisdom from our higher self, from God, from universe, whatever you want to call it. So just being open to that. And then I have a wheel, so I rotate that wheel. The wheel has names of various books. So to be exact, 31 books that I found very helpful in my own journey. And so the wheel magically chooses a book for us. And I go through the insights and practical exercises that I have like written down somewhere. So I go through my notes and then I intuitively, choose few lines that I feel would be helpful to this group, to whoever is present with us right now and whoever is going to listen to the recording. So yeah, I also like record these lives. So in case you have missed previous lives or, in case you have joined late, although we haven't started yet. So yeah, you can access those recordings. So the recorded lives I publish on my YouTube channel, the video recordings. So again, you can check that out through the link tree in my profile. And yeah, and I also have a free community if you would like to like participate and share your progress, because we do also like, do some challenges or tasks during the lives. So if you would like to share that your experience or progress, then you can join that community as well. So yeah, so coming back to, yeah, so I read few lines from those books, you know based on my intuition, based on what I feel would, all of us need to hear right now, the guidance, the clarity, the wisdom, whatever we need. And then we do an activity. Or if I feel inspired from after reading those lines, then I guide you through a meditation. And yeah, or we do an activity from a book. So it's basically, condensing all those wisdom in so many books. So it's usually hard for us, for some people, to read books, and even harder, even if you like reading books, to apply that in your life. So I, came up with this to condense that wisdom into bite-sized form so we can apply it day after day after day in like a small step at a time. So yeah, that was my intention. And so we are going to begin with a meditation. And if you are ready, type ready or meditate in the comments so we can start with the short meditation to settle ourselves and open ourselves. Okay. Thank you, Eva, for starting. So Eva is ready for a meditation. Other people, where are you? Are you ready for it? Hannah says ready. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, I usually like interacting with people rather than talking to myself, looking at myself. So wow, Achu is here as well. Thank you, Achu, for the comment. And guys, Achu is another teacher. So please check, you know, his content out. It is amazing. So okay. Thank you, Lily. Thank you. Okay, so Lily is also ready to meditate. Hmm. It's nice to have like people who are new also interacting. You're welcome, Achu. Okay, so let's start. Settling into a comfortable sitting posture, sitting in a way that is straight but yet relaxed. If you feel like you can move your shoulders a little backwards, noticing your surroundings, noticing the space you are in right now. Saying to yourself that I am here right now. I am here right now. Feeling your presence and your place in this space. And now, if you feel ready, you can gently either close your eyes or lower your gaze just to limit visual distraction and turning inward. Noticing how does it feels like to be in this body right now. Briefly scanning your body from head, noticing your face, your neck, shoulders, both of your hands, your chest, your stomach. You don't need to change anything, just noticing what does these parts of our body feel like. Becoming aware of your back and your whole spine, your pelvic region, your thighs, the calf muscles, and your feet. Now, taking a moment to become aware of your whole body, arriving in this body, now imagining a golden light coming from as high as you can imagine. So, a place higher, as higher as you can imagine in your imagination. Imagine that light entering your body through the crown, moving down through the whole length of the spine and entering into the earth, going down into the center of the earth. Imagining this beam of light entering from a higher source, moving through your body and reaching the center of the earth. Feeling connected and grounded. Now beginning to take some deep breaths. As you inhale, imagine yourself expanding, making space for more and more higher wisdom. As you exhale, feeling fully grounded and centered, connected to Mother Earth. With the in breath, expanding and opening up. With the out breath, rooting into the earth. Now is the moment to ask for clarity or guidance. So, if you need anything, any guidance about whatever is going on in your life, you can drop a question in this light. Asking the question and opening up to receive. Remember to breathe deeply with the inhale, making room for this light. With the exhale, connecting to the earth, feeling supported. Expanding and grounding. Don't try to force an answer. Instead, just be open to receive, receiving anything that is trying to come up for you. Continue to breathe deeply. And now, whenever you feel ready, bring your awareness to your whole body again. Briefly scanning your body from head to toe, knowing that you have received that wisdom. If anything distracts you, bring your awareness back to your body. Imagining your whole body filled with that golden light. Every cell of your body has been touched by that golden light, savoring this feeling of being in the body filled with that golden light. This light has provided you with anything that you need. Bringing a soft smile on your lips, letting yourself fully savor this moment. And now, whenever you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes and wiggle your toes or your fingers. Move your body in whatever way you feel like. Connecting back with the space around you. Hmm. You can hydrate yourself if you feel like. Okay, let me read the comments. If you feel like sharing whatever your experience was, I would love to read it. Or you can press the hearts if you don't want to say the words or type the words, and if you like the meditation. Okay, so Elena says, hello Anisha, Achu, and everyone. Hello, and hello, Elena. Welcome. I am so glad to have you again and again in these lives. It is such a good feeling. And thank you for the hearts. Okay, Hannah says, thank you, Anisha. I'm glad that it resonated with you, Hannah, at some level. Thank you for being here. Okay, so that was about settling in and opening up to the wisdom that we are going to tap in now. So, for those who have just joined, either in the middle of meditation or just now, then I want to brief you a little bit. So, up until now, we have done the meditation to, to relax, to become centered and open ourselves to, the next part of this life, to the guidance, to the wisdom, to the clarity that we want to receive right now, from universe, from God, from our higher self, soul, whatever you want to call it. Um, okay, Hannah says, your meditations are always so relaxing. I am glad that I am able to, you know, ignite that feeling within you. It's a pleasure. Okay, so yeah. So if you missed a meditation and you would like to go back, or if you have missed these lives, then I also record these and I publish the recording on my YouTube channel. You can access it through the link tree in my profile. So if you want to repeat the meditation, or if you missed it, then you can go through that. And Achu says, you have incredible gift of guiding us into the moment. The incredible gift. Yeah, I am so honored to be able to, you know, to help you arrive in this present moment, to give you that present of the present moment. Okay, so what we are going to do next is that, hmm, so we have this wheel, okay, and it has the name of amazing, amazing books. So this wheel is randomly going to choose a book for us, the book that universe, God, higher self want us to receive some wisdom from. Good morning, Cassandra. Good morning. I'm so glad to have you here. We are just starting. We just did a meditation to settle in. So, yeah, so as I rotate this wheel, what I invite you, in fact, to do is that repeat that question, or, think of something that you need guidance for in your life. Maybe you're going through a situation and you would like to gain some clarity, some wisdom as to how to go about it, what would be the best thing to do, and so on. So you can write that in the comment box or just think about it. And if there is nothing specific, then you can just set an intention to be open to receive, you know, some wisdom that would help you move through today and tomorrow. So, yeah, so that's what I invite you to do as I rotate this wheel. Okay. It's okay if you cannot read the names. I'm going to read the chosen book. So let's start. Okay, why am I laughing? Because I guess this is our hmm, ninth life, and this book has come up two more times. So I don't remove the book. I don't take any control. I just allow whatever book this is going to choose us. I don't know whether this we like this book so much, or universe just want us to fully absorb the wisdom from this book and from this amazing, amazing author. So the book name is Nothing Something by Thich Nhat Hanh. So yeah, I love his books. He's the one that introduced me to mindfulness. Mindfulness saved my life. And it is an honor to be able to read some lines and be able to be the medium through which, the wisdom is going to let out. Um, Achu says, yay, once again. Cassandra says, sorry, what was the name of the book again? So, yeah, is nothing something. Amazing title, mind blowing title. You know, just the title just help us get out of our thinking mind altogether. So, yeah, Achu has mentioned the name of the book. Thank you for doing that. Hannah says, I have been here for this book once before. Yeah, this book has came up, I guess, two times now. I don't know. B- All I invite here is, you know, whatever needs to be heard by me, by you, by all of us. So I'm glad that, that we have the space to do that. So, Cassandra says, do you read it each time? So I don't read the whole book. So what I'm going to do is that I have um clubbed together some insights from this book that really got to me when I was reading it, and the practices. So I just go through my notes, and not like through logic, but just I close my eyes, I go through them, and I stop wherever my intuition tells me to. And then I read those particular lines only, a paragraph from that book. Okay, so before we move on to this book, Lucy is asking a question. Can you expand on your statement, mindfulness saved my life? Okay, I would love to. So, hmm, so I guess, okay, my journey, my transformation journey and everything started with me going through anxiety and depression. And depression is something that made me feel hopeless, helpless, worthless, and everything, especially hopeless. And um, and I was feeling like there is nothing, my life is not going to improve. Why am I not normal like others? Why this, why that, and all of that, And then I read a book by Thich Nhat Hanh, the same author, which is Peace is Every Step. So that book, I have had done meditation and everything before, and even I think mindfulness meditation also. Um, but earlier, what I was doing was that I was using meditation as a distraction, basically. So I was trying to feel good, trying to feel that peace of mind that I was so lacking at that moment. So I was trying to, you know, using meditation to feel a certain way and to not feel a certain way. That was the numbness. Depression also brings with it not feeling anything. So yeah, so I was trying to suppress that by using meditation. So that was where I was at. And um, when I was introduced to this book, the idea that I can include mindfulness in my daily life, what is known as informal practice, while I'm washing the dishes, while I am drinking water, eating my food, hugging a loved one, while I'm walking, that idea just blew my mind. I was like, peace is here right now. Actually, peace is in that every step. Peace, like, as I can connect to that present moment, I can connect to that peace, I can connect to a lot more things that I got to know as I move on into that journey. But yeah, that hope, that I was lacking came into my life through mindfulness, that no matter what is going on in my life, no matter whether I am able to be the person or achieve that success that society tells us, whether or not I'm able to succeed, that doesn't matter. Of course, that is a good thing, that is a plus point, that is, something we all want. But even if it doesn't happen, even if I'm at the worst of my worst, but still I would be able to find that peace. uh, uh and that was just, that hope is what, you know sparked that journey and made me come through a lot of other stuff. So yeah, that's how I started. That hope saved my life. So I hope, Lucy, that you were able to, like, okay. Lucy says, thank you for sharing powerful. Thank you so much, Lucy, for asking that question. Because I believe that, all these questions, as I'm saying, the wisdom, whatever you guys need to hear would come in this session out of me, through these books and everything. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Achu says, we are proud of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am, I guess I am proud of myself, and it has come a long way for me to be able to say that without sounding, arrogant, I don't know what, but yeah, to be compassionate to myself in that way, to appreciate that. So yeah. Hannah says, thank you, Anisha, for sharing your story. Thank you for patiently listening and, being, you guys also create this space, it's just not me. It's you, all of us that create the space for, this to come out. Cassandra says, yes, look at you now. Thank you for celebrating that with me, Cassandra. Yeah, it is so nice to sometimes look back and see, because always we are like, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I want this. I want this. I want this. But we don't take the time. We don't take the time to just look back and see, how far I have come. And that's the point, I think, being evolving part, and not just, I have that, or I have this now, I have achieved this, or I have got this, but who I have become in this journey. So I think that's what's most important. And that's what I am now passionate about, helping people with. I want everyone, of you who is listening right now to become their best selves and to fall in love with themselves, even the parts that they don't like. And that is possible. And that doesn't mean that you will lose motivation or you will become indulgent or anything, but to become your biggest supporter. And I want to help you do that. So, yeah, thank you for the hearts. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, yeah, also, if you guys would like help with that, I do offer like private sessions and everything. So I would appreciate anyone interested to reach out. So yeah. Um, let's see now. Let's get that wisdom, you know. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So these are kind of my notes. And um let's see what wants to come forward today for all of you. May this message brings you whatever you need. Okay. So what the lines that have come up are: compassion is born from understanding. Once you understand the situation of a person, you see that he or she is a victim of that situation. That person does not need punishment. That person needs help. I guess, yeah, compassion is born from understanding. And I guess we understand, when we see that, when we think of, no, in fact, this time, okay, I would not like add on to what I have just read. I would love to hear. you know, what you guys take out of it. How does it is applying to your life, whatever question that you asked, whatever you needed guidance for. So how does these lines apply to that? I would again read the lines. Compassion is born from understanding. Once you understand the situation of a person, you see that he or she is a victim of that situation. That person does not need punishment. That person needs help. So I would love to hear what's your take on it. How does this apply to your life right now or to your situation right now? Lucy says, wow, this is so relevant to me presently. I am so glad that, these lines spoke to you. In terms of whatever is going on with you, if you would like to share, you can, or just maybe share that how are you going to apply this right now. Okay, Lucy says, ex-husband behaving badly. Hmm, that is a difficult situation. So, yeah, let's see, when you are in that situation, when you are dealing with that bad behavior, what can you remind yourself when Lucy, what would you say to yourself based on whatever the lines that we have read that would help you deal with that situation in the best possible manner? Hmm. Achu says it just takes some courage to bring the light of peace into our life by practicing compassion with us and others. I'm so glad that you included that us component because I was going to touch on that as well. So, yeah, compassion comes from understanding. So, usually, when we deal into this compassion for others thing, and especially when others are behaving in a way that we don't, that is, hurting us in some manner, and or when we are going into this forgiveness thing, trying to forgive others, then it usually helps to focus on understanding the factors as to why that person got, why that person developed the personality that he or she has. Maybe that person had that kind of a childhood, the conditioning, maybe something happened in that person's life, or what were the factors that made that person act in that way in that situation. Maybe that person was having a bad day, maybe something happened, maybe they had to wait a long time in the traffic that day. Those little things also, when we look back at our lives and we try to understand the factors, why did we acted in a way that we didn't intended to, that did end up hurting someone, you know so what was going on in our lives. So when we try to glow that light of understanding on all those background factors that was going on, whether in the life of other person or whether when we are trying to forgive ourselves or show ourselves some compassion for maybe some mistake that we did, when we try to understand those factors as to what was going on or why we are the way we are, why is that person the way that person is, then you know a crack starts to happen And through that crack, that light of compassion start to come up, to shine. Okay, let's see. There are so many comments. Achu says, I always say compassion is a gift and it is powerful. Yes, yes, compassion is the most among the most amazing gifts that we can give ourselves or someone else. Hmm. Because it is birth from understanding and connecting to ourselves at a deeper level or to other being, as a human. Lucy says, I am already planning to forgive, but you have introduced this element of compassion. I am amazed at, how this wisdom come to you at the right time. Hannah says, forgiveness is a process of letting go. Yeah, letting go of a lot of things, letting go of that version of reality that we formed in our minds to understand that situation in which our needs weren't met in some way, and that led us to hold on to that anger, because that anger is nothing. Anger is not a bad emotion. Anger is saying that, you know your needs were not met, and anger is our friend. It was trying to just take care of ourselves. So, yeah, so letting go of that worldview and trying to open ourselves to the possibility, letting go of that anger and, looking beneath that anger, what else was there, and letting go of a lot of things. So well said, Hannah. Caitlin Lojo says, first of all, welcome, Caitlin. Guys, Caitlin is another teacher, and I am so glad to have so many teachers join in. It's always a pleasure, and I would love for you guys to check her work out as well. She does these amazing lives in which she teach crochet and mindfulness and everything. Okay, so Caitlin says, hi, for me, the lines brought up the theme of non-judgment. Judgment is a trait I have to work on continually and approach things with more curiosity and compassion. Yes. Thank you for sharing, what these lines brought up for you. And yes, thank you for sharing that component of curiosity, So here what we are trying when we are trying to understand, we are not trying to, like analyze things and break it down, but we are bringing curiosity into it that, hmm, okay, like, okay, what were the factors? What might have happened? Just bringing that childlike curiosity to it. And when we bring curiosity, when we develop that understanding, then compassion is not something that we force, but it comes naturally. Lucy says, forgiven stuff in the past wasn't expecting to have more things happening to add to previous bad behavior. Yeah, it's kind of hard, when it's like when we are hurt and then we add on to something and we are scratching over it again and again. Yeah, it's painful. It's painful, Lucy. I can imagine, and it must not have been hard to forgive that behavior. And again, it's it's about it's a balance, either, so we don't have to like forgive. Even if we are able to forgive, we can forgive internally. We don't have to forgive externally. you know uh we can try to communicate what is happening for us, what their action led, if it is a safe scenario to do so, then we can communicate as to what that behavior was, what that behavior made us feel, why. And when we try to explain our feelings, we don't, usually in communication, when we try to explain what the other person did that hurt us, then we try to, the point when we put the blame on that behavior, like, and even the blame on that person. the communication goes haywire from there. So it's usually, you know, recommendable to highlight the behavior, tell what happened, like how did that behavior made you feel, highlight the needs, because of which you felt that way. So your feelings are not a result or is not caused by their behavior, but the feelings are caused by your unmet needs from that situation. So if we link our feelings to other person, then it feels like blaming and the communication don't, the other person gets defensive. So the purpose of that communication is not met. But when we link our feelings to our needs, the beneath needs that were not met. So if I am feeling, angry, first of all, anger is a secondary emotion. Usually there is something beneath. So maybe why, when you are feeling angry, you can ask yourself, what am I afraid of, and that will reveal the need. And then when we connect that feeling to our need, and then we give out a clear request as to, so would you be willing to try to do this next time? Then the other person is more receptive. Of course, communication is like a lot more complicated, but yeah, it is one way to communicate and not make that other person feel defensive, rather more receptive to what we are trying to communicate, because in this manner, the purpose of that communication is more likely to get fulfilled. Of course, it is a practice and a lot more things goes on. But yeah, here's just a little of my own learnings. So Eva says, the quote made me realize that sometimes the best way to be compassionate to others is by being compassionate to myself, respecting my boundaries and taking distance if needed so I don't get lost in compassion for others and dim my own worth and light in the process. Exactly, in that circle of compassion, you always need to include yourself, because you cannot forgive, 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 or give, give, give. You know, you cannot give for others. We need to first look into ourselves, if someone did something that, how does that make us feel? And, giving ourselves compassion for the suffering that was caused, within us. So, first, starting from ourselves, and then if we want to, you know, then we can move on to all the various other things, forgive, communicate, draw boundary, whatever is best for that situation. Um, yeah, Achu says, yes, Eva, we are worthy as well. Yeah, we are. Each and every one of you, and including me, and we all are worthy of that compassion. So Caitlin says, I think the term sometimes called is beginner's mind too. Yeah, letting go of our any preconceived ideas, because you know we all live by this reality, and even in the same situation we are going to have a different experience of that situation. So yes, we all have these the story that we cook up about a situation, and that story is influenced by a lot of things, our limiting beliefs, our conditioning, everything. The way we think is influenced by our beliefs and everything. So we need to sometimes, be able to look at the story, whatever we have created, and be willing to let that go and see the facts of that situation, and then think about it in a manner that would serve us, rather than that would just keep on, that would keep us boiling in anger, because that is, what's the quote, or that, anger is the poison that we give ourselves, right? So something like that. Yeah. So Hannah says, accepting others for who they are can sometimes means that it is time to walk away or distance ourselves from their negative behaviors. Yes, so yeah, so accepting others for what they are. So accepting what is, of course, they are what they are. We cannot, if we keep on resisting it, if we keep on denying it, then it is neither going to serve us, it is not going to serve them. So we need to accept that, okay, this is the person, this is the way they are. And it has taken a lot of time for them to become the way they are. So even if they were working on themselves in some way, but it is going to take time and practice and everything to change. And it is not on us, our responsibility to change or do anything. Our first and foremost responsibility is to protect ourselves, you know, whenever we are in a toxic situation, whenever we are in any kind of a situations, our if our needs are not met, if we are threatened in some way, then we are not going to be able to deal effectively with the situation. And it is in our biology, when we are feeling threatened, all of our survival mechanism is activated, which means our logical brain is shut down, because our the other part of the brain, the amygdala, the emotional brain, is on high alert. So it is on, like, active. So yeah, we don't have the resources to deal with the situation if our needs are not met, and especially if we are feeling threatened. So yeah, boundary is important. Giving ourselves that compassion is important. And I'm loving this that so many of you were able to bring it to, like, your own self before moving on to that other person. Because yeah, to highlight this is a point that needs to be highlighted, that yes, it starts with us. And especially when it's let's leave the other person for, like, for aside for a time. We are ourselves attacking ourselves a lot of time, with criticism and everything and doubt and everything. So yeah, we also need to recognize that suffering that happens in those moments and give ourselves that compassion, to give ourselves that forgiveness, to understand why we did the, why we did that, whatever we did. So yeah, a lot of beautiful things came up from those just 4 lines. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let me drink some water. Then maybe we will see, maybe we can read another set of lines or do a practice or something. Hmm. Hello, Anand. Welcome. It's so great to interact with you. You guys are so wise. Okay, let's see. So I will move on to the practice section and see if something comes up for us. Anand says, I late, how much more time we got? Okay, so Anand, we are either going to do a practice or read some more lines. We have done like half of the session, but it's okay if you missed it. I record these lives, so you can access the recording of this live or even my previous lives through by going to my profile. In the about section there is a link tree there, so in that link tree you will find my YouTube channel. I upload them, so like after 1 hour this recording would be uploaded. And I also have a free community, so if you like to discuss the experience of it, or connect with each other, or share the progress, if we do, like, in some of the lives we give challenges and stuff like that. So yeah, you can do that there. You can join that community, it is free. So yeah. And if you guys have been enjoying this session so far, then I would really appreciate any donation, because it helps me, you know, come up and do keep on doing these lives. So yeah, it would be really appreciated to receive some support. Um, and thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's see some practice that we can do. Hmm. Oh, wow, Stacy, thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. I am Thank you for your generosity and kindness. And I'm truly grateful to receive your support. Thank you. It really means a lot. Thank you. You're so kind, Stacy. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, the practice. Okay. A beautiful practice came through. So, the author writes, so someone asked from the author, what should I do when I feel sad? So the author replies, a wonderful thing to do is smile to your sadness. This is very simple practice, but it has a great effect. Your smile is like the sunshine. There can be sunshine with the rain. You can smile and cry at the same time, and it will be like you are making a rainbow. It is so beautiful. Yeah, you know. Um, let's do a smiling meditation. Are you guys up for it? Okay, just that's something deep in me. Okay. So would you guys like to do a smiling meditation? Okay, Eva says yes. Okay, let's do that. Let's change the biochemistry of our body and to more come into a more aesthetic side. Yeah, just smile. Okay, Stacy says yes. Okay, let's do a small smiling meditation. You know. Okay. Huh. So coming into a comfortable position, whether you are standing, sitting, or lying down, if you feel like, you can either close your eyes or lower your gaze, whatever feels most comfortable to you. Bringing your awareness to your body, noticing the surface beneath you, feeling supported by Mother Earth, we are going to do a brief scan of our body, and with each part I name, all you have to do is bring your awareness to that part, becoming aware of that part of your body and releasing any tension or tightness that you might be holding on to. Because naturally, our body is tight and holding stress at times, even at those times that we don't need to. So, beginning the scan, becoming aware of your forehead, relaxing any muscles that might be holding on to unnecessary tension. top of the head, back of your head, neck, your facial muscles, letting go of any tension, relaxing the muscles in your shoulders, your arms, your chest, stomach, your whole back, your hips, thighs, calf muscles, and your feet. Relaxing your whole body. Bringing your awareness to any one part of your body that might be still holding on to some tension. Relaxing that part. You don't need to force relaxation. Just let go of unnecessary tension that the muscles in that part might be holding onto. Now bringing your awareness to your face, relaxing the muscles around your eyes, your cheeks, and now start to lift the corners of your mouth, lightly lifting the corners of your lips upwards. Now see if you can smile through the corners of your eyes as well. Letting that smile from your lips spread to the corners of your eyes. If you feel like you can even smile more by showing your teeth. If you need a little bit help, then you can imagine a baby smiling at you and you smiling back at him or her. smiling through the corners of your eyes and through your lips, placing a hand on your heart, soaking in the sensations of warmth and love that this simple gesture brings. Now bring to your mind something that you are struggling with, something that is a challenge for you these days. Noticing how does that situation makes you feel. Noticing where in your body do you feel that emotion. As you connect with how this feels like, can you can you smile back at this part? Can you look at this part of your body holding this emotion and smile at it? Looking at this part with love and just smiling, smiling like it's going to be okay, smiling like saying to this part, I see you, you are safe with me, smiling through your lips and through your eyes, lifting the corners of your eyes, and if possible, even smiling through your heart. Whatever that feels like for you. Now that you have been with this part of you and reassured it with your smile, take a deep breath in and let go. Continue to take two more deep breaths like this. Breathing in and letting go. And whenever you are ready to come back, you can start to wiggle your hands and toes and opening your eyes. Mm. Connecting back with the space around you. Okay. If you would like, you can share your experience, press the hearts, or maybe even stretch and hydrate yourself, whatever you feel like. Thank you for the hearts. Okay. So we just did a smiling meditation based on the lines that we just read, that what to do when we feel sad. Smile at your sadness. Okay, so hi Cassandra, welcome back. That's perfectly okay. Um, okay, so Cassandra says, can someone tell me the quote? Had to shower before my toddler woke up. Yeah, life. Okay, so the quote. So Cassandra, what we did was we read few lines, and then we did a practice which was based on like smiling. So I cannot like, you know, write the exact quotes here. I would have to like scroll back, but I do like upload the recordings. So in that recording I also upload the paragraphs that we just read. So you can like check out the recording which is uploaded on my YouTube channel. So you can go through the link tree and you can get that there. And yeah, you can either listen to the recording, or if you just want the lines, then exact lines. So I do post them in the description of that video, okay? Or also in my free community. So I like just after this live, I post that in my community because the video takes like 1 hour to upload. Okay. So Cassandra says, okay, thank you. I'm glad that, yeah, you found that was helpful. Okay, Eva says, such a nourishing and compassionate meditation made me feel so good. Yeah, it is so nice to smile. Thank you for sharing that, Eva. I am so glad that, these meditations are resonating with you, and I really appreciate you sharing your experience. Stacy says, thank you. This was so soothing to my soul. Thank you, Stacy, for being here and for, this nice, kind comment. I am so glad that, this reached to something deeper within you. And, you know, this simple advice or simple recommendation to smile at your sadness is so profound. Um, so I'm also a psychologist, so there is something known as opposite action. So when we are feeling a certain emotion, usually, especially like if we are feeling sadness, what we feel like is, we feel like just curling ourselves and, going like curl ourselves into a corner in a room, right? So what this opposite action means is that doing the opposite of the impulse that we are feeling. So if anxiety makes me feels like avoiding that task, then what I need to do is that face that thing, you know. So so that impulse we try to do the opposite of it. So in a way, this smiling to our sadness reminded me of that. And also it very well complements the thing that we talked about, being compassionate to ourselves, because when we are feeling sad, I think this is a very compassionate thing to do, to smile at that sadness, not to make fun of it. You can, if that makes the situation lighter, because if we can make a situation very dramatic in our mind, imagining the worst case scenario, then why can't we make, fun of it? Yeah, so the smiling just it works on many levels. It changes the biochemistry of our bodies. And even if we are crying, as the author said, it's still wonderful. So yeah, I guess it's time to wrap up this live session. I am so, grateful for everyone's presence here. And just to recap a few things, so this is being recorded. You can get the recording on my YouTube channel, okay, through the link tree in my profile. Also, yeah, I post the, what do we call it, excerpts, like the paragraphs that we read, simple language. Yeah, so we do that. I also do that, as well as if you are liking like these meditations and stuff, so I also offer like personalized meditation sessions. So if you are going through something in your life and you would like me to help you process it in a meditative way, um, instead of trying to deny it or suppress it, but instead meeting it with awareness, with compassion, and everything, then you're very much welcome to book a session with me. So I offer personalized meditation as well as I give the recording to you so that you can listen to it afterwards. And if you would like to work further with me to become your best self, you know, because I also offer, private coaching, or I have a group coaching program and things like that. So I help you identify who do you want to become, like what truly matters to you, not what society has told you that this is important. This will bring happiness or success or fulfillment or everything. So yeah, so identifying what truly matters to you, like you, not to any other person but you. And yeah, working on that, devising a whole plan for that, and not just to achieve it in the future, but to feel fulfilled, like feel that lasting sense of fulfillment that comes by living every day aligned with that version of you that you want to become. So yeah, I help you do that. And in the way, if you face any, internal obstacles like limiting beliefs, overwhelming emotions, negative thoughts, or unhelpful behavior, so I help you, I guide you to learn the skills to deal with them effectively, to cope with them in a healthy manner, to befriend them, to befriend the parts of you that you don't like, to befriend these obstacles, in fact, that you don't like. So, so you can like become your biggest supporter. So, yeah, that's also something that I offer. And if that's something that you are interested in, either becoming your best self through like my coaching sessions or getting a personalized meditation session, then you can either message me or you can directly, book a session through, again, going to my profile in the about section. There, in the about section, there is a link tree. So you can book a session through that directly as well. And yeah, that's what I do. That's what I offer. So if you're interested, please contact me. And thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. And I'm looking forward to have you in another live. So I do these in alternative days. So after tomorrow, like day after tomorrow, there is another live at a different time. So you guys can check that out. You can register so you don't miss it. And yeah, and if you resonated with me, And then you can check out my tracks and courses on Insight Timer. So thank you for being here, sending my love and healing and light to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. And especially thank you, Stacy, for the donation. It really helps me do these things, really. So thank you so much. Bye bye. Elena says, thank you very much. Thank you, Elena, for being here. I so appreciate each and every one of yours presence. Thank you. Eva says, thank you, wishing you all lots of compassion. Yeah, compassion, remember the theme of today. So, bye bye, guys. Bye bye.